There we go. So Ellie is another Canadian elite coach. She's from London, Ontario, and you're top 15 in Canada. I'm pretty sure you're a PIO instructor. How long have you been doing this now?
3 years, exactly.
3 years? Cool. So she did a call for, we have an elite mastermind group, and she did a call for us on free groups, and I've kind of been batting around with her to come do one for us just because I really like how she has it laid out. And again, I'll let you touch into this quickly, but this is how you get almost all your SC, is it not?
I have very recently stopped using my profile to add friends altogether. So I am 100% off free groups.
And you, on average, what do you hit a month?
Between like 15 and 25.
Perfect.
Sometimes 40, sometimes 6. But
yeah.
Like on average, like 20 is, I'm happy, I'm comfortable with 20.
Right.
And like, yeah.
Just from free groups. And I'll let you get into it, but is it a community or is it a new group each time?
You know what? I've done both.
Okay.
And I go back and forth. And
okay.
I don't have an answer for that one. I am now going back to community because I'm not adding to my friend list anymore.
Right. Okay, we have a couple people some of our people do free groups. We have a couple people who've started community.
He's gone. So are you back?
Yeah, sorry.
I was like, well, I'll just take over right here.
My internet kicked me off. Okay, so Ellie is going to give us a quick rundown of how she does it. Yeah, again, it's recorded. I'll put it up, but feel free to take notes, you guys, as you go, and then we can ask questions. Maybe write them down and we can ask them at the end because Ellie's very shy and it's hard to get her to chat. So go ahead, Ellie. I'll mute myself.
Thanks, Mike. Okay, so I do have a presentation. I enjoy very instructional type things. I'm not a very like pamper me and inspire me person. I am a tell me what to click where and how to say it type of person. So this is the kind of call this is. I am from the bat assuming that we are talking as business builders and that this is not for hobby coaches. If you are a hobby coach and you tuned into a free group team call, it's obviously because you want to work a business and you're afraid to call yourself something else. So you should just drop the hobby altogether and talk to Mike. But this call is just the one takeaway I want you to take from this is that running a business is science and it's math. And so are running free groups. It is not emotional. It's not about like who gets blessed with the most participation in their group or the kind of energy the universe has attracted to you. It is actually a science, how you do it, the output and everything else. So if your groups are not working out, it's not a reflection on like how the universe doesn't have your back. It's a reflection on how your machine is broken somewhere and you can fix it if you find where it's not working. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Okay.
That's one of the benefits of doing other people's calls is you can say stuff to other people's teams that you normally wouldn't say to your own.
I scream at my team about this all the time. I'm like, this is not personnel.
Okay, go ahead. I'll shut it.
Income disclaimer, because free groups are to generate leads, which you will convert, I'm going to say the dirty word here, to sales. And so this is about money, so we need to say the income disclaimer. And it's my favorite. Like, you're guaranteed nothing in this business, which is beautiful because how irritating would it be if like your sponsor was making millions of dollars on you? It doesn't work like that. Like, all of us have to work for us to get paid individually. And so with free groups, there's no free lunch, except for your challengers in the free group who are getting a free lunch, but it's a short lunch, and then they're invited to dinner. So we're going to talk about the free group machine. So my favorite analogy in Beachbody is that the entire Beachbody, our entire coaching business is a machine. And just like a machine, it has a lot of moving parts. Like, it's just like a car and you're becoming a hobby mechanic. So when I was 20, I bought my first car, and I'm from South Africa. So in South Africa, there are much older vehicles in here. So I drove a 1989 Volkswagen Fox. And it had like parts that were breaking down every month. So what happened 3 years into owning this vehicle? I could name a lot of parts in my vehicle because I had paid for them individually as they would break down. And it's the same with your Beachbody business. When you join, you're like, I've never driven a car before. Most people have never ran a business of their own, have never heard of it. They're afraid of multi-level marketing, all that stuff. And then you start running your Beachbody business and you start to hear things like volume and rank and free groups. And those are all the parts that you learn as you get into. So free groups are one of those moving pieces. They're a gear that will move your business forward. And here's the thing though, just having a free group means nothing if it's not connected to the rest of your machine. It's kind of like if I gift you an engine and I'm like, Abigail, here is a beautiful engine for you. Great, go drive to work. But it's just an engine. There's nothing else attached to it. It's no good, even if it's like the most expensive engine in the universe. So you need to understand that on their own, free groups are not enough, but they are a really important part of the business. So what is the machine? I'm going to move this thing because I can't see. Right, there you go. All right, so the machine is everything. This is going to kind of make you crazy, but if you're not managing, I know everybody says that the 4 vital behaviors are what moves your business forward, but they do. It's so irritating, but it's so true. They do. So this is your Beachbody machine. Like if you look at it, this is what your coaching business is. First, you got to post on social media 3 to 5 times a day, because if you don't, no one knows what you're doing. Then personal development looks like a small gear, but that's because you only need to do like 10 to 30 minutes a day. And that's like smaller than your workout. So it's a small gear, but without it, the machine doesn't work. Inviting, if you don't invite people to what you're doing, they just think you're a narcissist posting on Facebook like selfies for nothing, like selfies with no cause, right? You need to be product of the product. Otherwise, why would anyone join you? Like, why? I just always feel like it's a fitness company. Do some fitness, have some fitness results. I know you're getting all fixed up on the inside, and that's wonderful. But people are looking at the outside first because they can't see inside. So have something to show that, wow, look, I did this program and my body did this, right? Product of the product is important. And then the stuff that's like hidden. You need to have conversations behind the scenes because you don't know what people are thinking until you talk to them about it. Like everybody might have the same misconception about your business and you'll never know unless you're having conversations. Brand, what do you stand for? If you're trying to help every mom with postpartum depression and then suddenly talk about how losing 100 pounds is the most important thing and they're not somehow tied in your branding, it's just confusing. So you got to know kind of like, who can you help the best? Your brand. Retail, you have a business. And like every business, you must retail out of it. So my favorite thing coaches will say is like, oh, I don't even care if I make any money out of this. I just want to help people. Well, that's like super wonderful. But guess what? I come from the world of nonprofit, literally working for like nothing. In the nonprofit business, do you know what's the most important thing? Income. Because all the wonderful nonprofit things you do, you still have to pay for them. So your business needs to retail, or you don't have a business that can pay for itself, and now you have a super expensive hobby your husband's like super angry about. So you need to make retail happen, and you need to, if you're afraid of that, get a book, talk to Mike, times 10 times rule. What is it, the times 10 rule? But really, if you're afraid of selling, if you're afraid of like the world sale, go and read If You're Not First, You're Last. He's going to scream at you for a couple of hours. Listen to it on audio. It's even better. He's going to scream at you for a bunch of time, but he's going to say some really, really smart things that will help you. I was one of those people that was like, I don't want to take your money. After that book, I was like, dude, you're going to throw away money? And instead of throwing it away, spend it on health. Give it to me and I will help you. So listen to that book, If You're Not First, You're Last by Gordon. It's fantastic. Okay, coach, and then expanding your network. Because if you're talking to the same 10 people, sooner or later, they're either all going to join you, or they're all going to unfollow you, or some will join you and some will unfollow you, and you'll be left with nothing. So you need to be like growing your network, and then the coach conversion, because you get paid on growing an awesome team that's helping lots of people. And that's important to keep going. So here's the thing. If you're not managing those 4 vital behaviors, like posting, inviting, sharing, working on your brand, and starting conversations, free groups will do absolutely nothing for you. So if you are terrible with all the other pieces, make sure you overcome some of them before you jump into free groups, especially if you're going to talk to cold market. If you're going to target people you have never met before and you're terrified of retail, you're not ready. Figure out the retail part, read a book, and then go into the cold market den of wolves type of people. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the actual free group. Free groups, so now we've looked at the whole big engine, which was the previous slide. Now we're going to take expanding your network as free groups, and we're going to break down what every free group needs to have or it will fail, right? First of all, before we even talk about the topic, I want to mention you have to have a goal for your free group. And the goal should be kind of like the goal you should have for every conversation you have. I don't know about you, but I don't like being held up to numbers. I don't like going into a conversation and going, this person's gonna buy a challenge pack, Success Club 2 by tonight. I don't like that pressure, and then I feel like my conversation gets all crazy when I'm like trying to sell to them, and it makes me uncomfortable and unhappy. But if I start a conversation with the goal of explaining to them everything I do with passion and inviting them, I don't need them to buy anything. I don't even want them to get like an enrollment out. I just want them to understand everything I'm doing so that in subsequent follow-ups, they will become ready with no hesitation because they would have already known exactly how much it is, exactly what it is I'm inviting them to, and then they'll grow into it with time. So my goal with every conversation is to educate people. And my goal with every free group is to make it known that I'm passionate, I am 100% into this, and I won't flake out on them, and that I can solve a problem that they have. So my goal for free groups is not to convert them into Success Club that very month, though some will. My goal is they leave knowing who I am, what I do, and then eventually they will come to me because I'm going to follow up on them and all that stuff. But if you start a free group and you're like, this is it, I'm starting a free group today, I'm going to run it for 5 days, and then I'm going to hit Success Club 10. Oh man, like that's hard. That's like hard pressure. Don't do that. So have a really good goal. So first of all, the topic. If you ask me to run a free group on clean eating, I will literally set my business on fire. Like I will set my business on fire and run out screaming. I hate it. Like I eat clean and like the same 10 things over and over. But like to teach people to eat clean, I would literally end it all myself, because they're like, what ingredient list is this? I don't need that. Oh, I this. Oh, I've heard somewhere that potatoes are going to kill me. I'm not passionate about food like that, so I can't run a passionate group on food because I'll be like, what's the matter with you? Like, fix yourself. And that doesn't work well with people when they don't know you. It works well when they know you, but not when they don't. So the topic, it's something you must be passionate about. Me, things that I'm passionate about. I like being upside down. Like I like handstands a lot. I don't know why, but I really like to stand on my head. It's awesome. And so Pio is something I really like because it's like the next best thing we have. I like yoga. I like fitness that's not like horrible. Like I can't do insanity because I feel like a princess and I wouldn't put myself through that. So I'm passionate about like fitness that makes me feel good and also gives me results. And I'm passionate about like telling women that they don't have to hate themselves with fitness. They can actually love themselves with fitness because they can feel like super sexy and super good while they're like working out. Not even after, I mean during, which is the hard part. So for me, it's that angle. However, if you love food, guess what? More people are interested in food than they are in fitness because they feel like if I can just like grapple with the food, I'll be just fine. Miraculously, muscles will appear on my arms. And that's fine because you can be like lunches, kid lunches, like whatever. Very good. Very strong thing if you like food. But if you're not passionate about food, don't do it yourself. So now the timing. Have a plan about your free group. Ideally, you want to have an editorial calendar for your business. Only because otherwise you will be like a chicken with your head cut out. So for example, if Mike does open houses, sneak peeks into whatever for the entire downline, or if your downline does, or if you're the one doing it for your own team, you need to know when that happens, and that needs to happen at a certain interval. So like I know my open house is the first Friday of the month. And it doesn't matter if I have 0 prospects, 500 prospects, I am running that open house. And I'm running it on the Friday, and on the Saturday, I kick off a free group. That's because I promote it to different people at different times so that I'm not talking about the same stuff. I promote my free groups because my business is 3 years in, because I'm into my like page, everything happens like the cold market. If you are doing that and you're promoting on your profile, you wouldn't want to be promoting an open house at the same time as a free group, at the same time as a paid challenge, because people have no idea what the heck it is you're doing. So have some sort of logic to your posts. I like my free group every first weekend of the month, and my 30-day group, my paid challenge, kicks off every last weekend of the month. If you have a revolving challenge group where you're adding everybody to the same challenge like as you go, that's less of a concern. But for me, I start a free group and then I start a 30-day group. I want to finish my free group and have 2 weeks to converse with those people after the free group is done so that I can give them a chance to join the next 30-day challenge. I also don't want to end my free group and be like, oh, by the way, we're starting a 30-day challenge tomorrow. Don't miss out. Like, it sounds like those people that call you and they're like, you want a cruise if you can commit to this right now. Nobody trusts that. That's terrible. You're giving people 2 weeks to think about it. Maybe payday is coming. Maybe they're going to say no. And now they have 2 weeks to change their minds because your posts are awesome and you're like addressing objections and stuff. So know when your things are happening because timing is important. The next one is your syllabus. So how long is your group? I am generalizing, but in my experience, 2 weeks is way too long. Like way too long. 5 days to me is too short because I find that like on day 3, I'm starting people that just slacked. So if I only had 2 more days, that's too short. So I ran 7 days. What I mean by that is I advertise a 7-day group because it sounds like you can do anything for 7 days. And then I actually get enough to do business posted those 3 going. Them. I know a lot of coaches do free groups by going to Pinterest and pulling out a bunch of stuff and then like posting the same Pinterest pins they found into the group. Like, here's how you squat. I got this from Pinterest. But your people, first of all, know that your challengers in your free group might be in another 2 coaches' free groups, like the tire kickers. They just click everything. And so this is kind of your audition. You're auditioning with your free group about what you can do for them. It must be better than going on Pinterest because they are already on Pinterest. They've already pinned the stupid pins you're going to share with them. And they're in another 2 coaches challenge groups. So you have competition now. This is the big leagues. You've put your flyer in the mailbox and there are other flyers in there too. So you've got to be at your best. So how long is the group? I like 7 days worth of stuff, right? Because it feels like really manageable. And what more can you bring than Pinterest? So see what Pinterest has and make it your own. Do your own graphic. Put your face on it, right? So when they go in there, they're like, wow, she really knows what she's talking about. Her face is on everything. Like, it's not very difficult to like look awesome, right? You don't need professional lights, stand behind the clean wall and take a selfie, right? And then put some inspirational text on it or something. So whatever it is you want to do, you got to do it better than Pinterest has. Okay, promotion. You can't tell people you're running a free group 3 days before the group starts, or an open house, or a challenge group, or anything you're talking about. You need to give them 7 to 10 days. If you are actually boosting your event, like actually paying for it, especially you need to run it at least over a weekend and at least some parts of the thing. And you don't have to spend any amounts of crazy money. Like no amounts of crazy money whatsoever. But you need to do it enough every month to learn which days work good for you. Like some people swear by Monday, Tuesday. I don't get good results on Monday, Tuesday at all. I get Saturday, Sunday. So it's confusing to me. But you got to try it for yourself. And if you're not spending like $1 million, it doesn't matter. Like just small investments. And also sometimes algorithms are crazy. Facebook right now is like a black hole of confusion because the power edit is going away and it's merging with things, and some people have it, some people don't have it. Reach is crazy. So you got to give it time in case there's some sort of a apocalyptic crisis unfolding in boosting, and you gave yourself 3 days and now you have 4 people. That's pretty bad, right? You have to be like, Mom, I need you in my free group, and you have to comment on everything. So give yourself enough time, 7 to 10 days. And you got to decide, are you going to run it on your friend list? Are you going to advertise it on your like page? Are you going to run an event and get people from the event into your private group? Are you going to pay for it at all? Are you going to do a combo of them? No perfect answer, because I don't know how you're working. Maybe you have just your profile, in which case you're just marketing to your profile. That's solved. Like, you have no other options. If you have Instagram, I'm not on Instagram at all, so I have no idea what you do there. If you have a like page, but you're only using your like page to friend people, which is what I did for 3 years super successfully, then you'll do it another way. Just try different stuff, see what works, and then as soon as
Can you explain what you meant by using your like page to friend people?
So that's called a vanity page, which is what I ran for like 2 years. My first year, just my profile, didn't touch anything. Second year going into my third year, I ran a like page. I had likes on it. I posted content to it. I never attempted to engage anyone. I never attempted to get likes or shares on my stuff. I just had content on my like page, so it looked like I was a real thing. And then I would run events, and I always asked people to friend me. So I was using my like page only to funnel people into my profile, and I only worked from my profile, which I think is honestly like the best way to go at the beginning until you decide on what your thing is and you're ready to ditch your profile. Like, there's no rush to do that. I did it
until you take Jesse Regan's training.
And even then, I disagree with him like a lot. He hates me. Every time I post, I think he's like, her again. But now it makes sense to me because I just have all these weirdos on my profile, and it's like time to ditch them all. Okay, so then you decide how you're going to promote the thing and experiment. Ask what your team is doing, who's seeing success with what, and it's going to change anyway, so don't be like super invested in like, this is going to be my thing forever. You'll grow and change your mind. Okay, the next one, value. Okay, this is a really good tip. When you're advertising or promoting or however it is you're doing it, when you're telling people about your free group, you have to have a few things in the write-up. Promoting a free group is not sharing your transformation where you're like laying your guts on the table and you're like, let me tell you about this vulnerable thing that's going to make you want a challenge pack. Promoting a free group is much easier. You identify a need, so you speak to their need. Like, hey, are you like so bloated you think you're 7 months pregnant and you totally are not? You think, you hope, whatever your network is. And would you like to lose a couple of inches? That's like a super good one to promote because Facebook won't turn that down. Lose inches is fine. Lose weight is not fine. So women here like bloat, like we're all bloated. Like we're bloated 24/7. And then they hear lose inches and it sounds safe. Because like losing inches, it means like it's doable and it's harder to fail than losing weight, which sounds like something you fail at a lot. So like your wording, or, do you hate to cook? Do you want to make 30-minute meals your kids are actually going to eat? I'll join that group if you have that. So just You identify a very obvious need and ask them, hey, are you finding you struggle with this? Because I'm going to run a group, and then the next word is to solve your problem with this. Don't say solve your problem. But I mean, like when you're explaining it, you'll be like, are you bloated so bad that it's like really disappointing? Don't worry about it. I figured out you can actually deal with bloating 7 days. So I'm actually going to run a free group, I think. If you guys want to run a free group with me, we're going to drop some bloat and some inches. I like saying that all the time. Drop the bloat and the inches. And then women are like, oh, I do have this problem. Oh, and she's saying this is going to happen. So now you've told them what the problem is, and you've told them what the solution will be. So they feel like they know what they're joining, right? Now, when they join you, you have to measure somehow what, like, unless it's cooking, because you're going to give them the recipes. So then, like, there it is, measurable. I will give you a meal plan and an awesome shopping list. So they don't have to measure anything, because when they come into the group, they're going to get the things you promised them. But if you're doing fitness, if you're promising strength, if you're promising flexibility, if you're promising inches lost, you have to make sure like they have results. Otherwise, like they're not going to trust you for the rest of your groups either. So you promise what you're going to do. You promise like what the results will be. And in the group, get them to measure it. 2 reasons for that. I make mine do like a fit test, which is really stupid. It's like how long can you plank and also how many push-ups, if any, you can do. And then I make them take a before and after picture. And then that's pretty much it. But when they take their picture, they feel like they have began. They've taken a picture. So they're actually going to be more serious in your free group because they just invested themselves by taking that picture. I don't make them share it. I don't make them give it to me. They must just take it and tell me they've taken it. You'd be surprised how many people just like post it in the group in their like ratty underwear, or they send it to you and you're like, oh, look at you. You're a sharer. Okay. You're going to be a coach because look at how excited you are in your underwear. This is great. So then, but they must take it, right? So, and then at the end, you got to follow up with them and be like, let's take before pictures again. And you'll see like the last 2 days of the group, they're all on point and nobody's like eating crap because now they know the picture's coming and they want to look different. And then if they do look different, they're so excited and you're like, well, the group's over, I guess. And they're like, no. Well, don't worry. You can join me later into my 30-day challenge. So there's got to be that accountability you provide by do this on the first day and we're going to do it again on the last day. Okay, be the energy, don't be Pinterest. You can't post like Pinterest. Like they mustn't like scroll your group and be like, oh, here's the exercise in pictures. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Oh, here's some food, man. Okay. Oh, a motivational quote. I feel good for 10 seconds. You got to be better than that. So you have to be the energy. If you are normally a really quiet, reserved person, be a very energetic, quiet, reserved person. Be you, but like on your best day. So like when you're with your best friend and you're laughing like a hyena and you say to people, when people get to know me, I'm a really awesome person. When you have a business, no one has time to get to know you. You have to be the really awesome person. Like find her and like throw her out there. And if you feel uncomfortable, they don't know. They don't know you, right? So you do have to, you can't be like, okay, guys, so I guess this is going to be great. You're going to be like, this is amazing. We're doing this. It's going to be wonderful. When I did this myself, I felt this way. So they feel like some energy. You're going to sound like the crazy person talking to themselves. But that's coaching. You're always the crazy person talking to themselves, and people are listening and following quietly. And you got to give them the grace to do that, but you have to stay up on energy. Okay, connect. You're posting in your free group. So like posting 3 times a day, the workout or the whatever you're doing. And then like some example of some healthy eating or something. Ask them questions, PM them. Like if they do a fit test, have them post in the group what their results were and then message them over that and be like, I'm so proud of you that you posted this. This is so great. If no one's posting in the group, don't worry. You message them. Hey, did you have a chance to do the fit test? Tell me how many push-ups did you do or none? When I started, I couldn't do a push-up, so don't be embarrassed. So you got to connect with them behind the scenes to get more information out of them. Connect's a big one because you can't expect them to connect with you. You are the one doing that job. Okay, and then you have the invite. In my opening of my free group, I actually say, my name is Ellie. I am a Beachbody coach. that the secrets end when you enter my free group. So like in my profile, who knows what I'm doing? On my like page, who knows what I'm drinking? You never hear me say Shakeology Beachbody. But you enter one of my groups, boom, I'm a Beachbody coach and I'm the best of the best and I'm freaking awesome and I love what I'm doing and you're going to love it too. If you have a big problem with Beachbody, I'm not going to argue with you because there's a lot of people here who want help. So the very first post is, my name is Ellie, I'm a Beachbody coach, and I throw it all out there. I do this. This is like my heart and soul, my passion. I'm so happy you're here. And then I tell them, my biggest joy is my 30-day challenge. It's my biggest joy. However, you don't need 30 days to change your life. You need a week. So I'm giving you guys a week, and I will invite you later to also join my 30-day challenge. And I say that at the beginning because they're like excited. I'm excited. I'm telling them that they're going to be invited to something. So it sounds like I'm not going to make them do it. They're just going to be invited. So they're not going to be shocked at the end where I'm like, okay, now I'm going to talk about my 30-day group. No, I was like screaming at them about that from the beginning. And then every day I mention the 30-day group. The Tuesday, I'll share the transformation I have on my like page or profile or wherever. And my transformation will be a heavy invite to the 30-day group. I'll share it into the free group. And my write-up on the share will be encouraging. It'll be like, look, you guys, women are changing their lives every day. You have began. I'm so proud of you. No pressure. But if you read the post I just shared, it's like, come into the 30-day group. So although I'm not like inviting them directly, they're already getting educated from that post. I tell them things like I go live and I go, I was just talking to my 30-day challengers and we just experimented with this recipe. I'm going to share it here for you guys. So every day they're reminded, this is not where I live in the 7-day challenge. They're getting a part of me, but really the best part is somewhere else. So they know about this group and they're interested in it, right? And then like that's the breadcrumbs. 30-day. And then direct invite. When I'm closing the group, I post like a bunch of before and afters and a bunch of awesome good looking food. And I go, this is what we do in the 30-day challenge. We follow professional programs. We get amazing results. We eat delicious food. If you guys want to find out more, not if you guys want to join me. No, if you want to find out more, let me know. And then a bunch of them will be like, interested. It doesn't matter because I'm going to message all of them and be like, it's the last day of the group. Did you get a chance to see like the invite post? Because I'm so excited. This group is going to be amazing. There's so many excited women. You did so good in this. I'm so proud that you planked for 13 seconds longer. You know, you can do so well, blah, 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 blah. And then follow up and then follow up. And then follow up. And if nothing comes out of all those follow-ups, invite them to your next free group, which starts in exactly 4 weeks because you run it at the same time of the month, whether you have 1 or 15 challengers or 50 or 150. So they always can come back to my group. Guess what? Same group, same posts, same everything, over and over and over. And some women will do like 6 and not post once in them. Just keep joining them. And then on the 6th one, they buy a challenge pack. Whatever, I don't know, whatever works for you. And the next one is graduate. That's when I start to pull people out of the group. So if I had challengers or coaches who made their way into my free group, because for some weird reasons, my challengers want to do my free groups too. Yes, I see it, don't worry. It's all very calculated. So if I have challengers or coaches join my free group, I pull them out. And then every day I tag them, except it's gray now because they're not in there. And I go, so-and-so, you joined the 30-day challenge. Super excited for you. See you on the other side. And they see this post and this person's grayed out because they've left. They have left to the better place and they're staying. So obviously you suck if you're staying. And so then the manipulative FOMO comes out a little bit to encourage people, which is very, very effective. If nobody needs to leave, just like tag some of your existing challengers in there. It's gray anyway. So they see that someone's left. No one's going to count and be like, I don't think this person was ever here. So just like I do that. And then ongoing or revolving groups, that's totally up to you. Some people have a community. Some people have brand new groups. I am going back to a revolving group. And I think that I get to like 400 in it and I usually kill it and start fresh. But like I let it gain. And guess what? Every month it's the same group, same posts. It works. Like it really works because they flake out so many times by the time they actually do it. It's good. Okay, there, I'm done, I think. Oh, okay, that's it. My most duplicative example. I'm going to power through this and it's going to cut me off, Mike. Okay, so take a screenshot of this because it's going to cut me off. I added 2 sets of albums to my private group. Drink water and don't eat crap. That's it. That's my meal plan. Stop eating crap and drink water. And then I did squats with them, like from Pio and from 22 Minutes Hardcore and from Core de Force. I made up squats and every day we did 10 more. At the end, we did 200 live and almost died. And that was amazing. And like I'm funny and I share, I don't lecture. It's joy. And if anyone had any questions, we're going to get cut off.
How do you get them to get in the group? How do they add themselves?
It's a nightmare. I make them click the link and request to join. Some people make them friend and then you add them because then you can say to them, I can't add you to the group until you friend me because Facebook works that way. So if you're collecting friends, that works.
Okay. But you don't do that?
Not anymore.
No.
In the group.
I'm going to go live, guys, in our Facebook page after this, just if you have to answer some questions for you, or I can get them from you to ask Ellie because we're going to get cut off here in a second. So just really quickly, just to recap some of it. Thanks, Ellie. Totally appreciate that.
You're totally welcome.
Yeah. Any quick questions? No.
It says less than a minute, but it's never really a minute.
No, I know. It feels like it's been 3 minutes since it said less than a minute. Thanks, Ellie.
You're very welcome. Bye.
I'm in London tomorrow, funny enough.
Well, I'm going to Toronto tomorrow.
There you go.